Hey, this is Andrew Lim inviting you to go out on a limb. Good morning from Tokyo. So it's actually a pretty cold day today, and the thing to do is obviously to get some hot springs. So from Tokyo, there's actually a place called Hakone, which you can actually get to in under an hour if you do the Shinkansen to Odawara, and then Odawara take a local train to Hakone, which is what I'm going to do today because I need some hot spring in this cold weather. So come go on a limb with me. I'm waiting for my Shinkansen right now, but we will check out the hot spring and hopefully get some good food in Hakone, and maybe some great views of Mount Fuji, because there you can actually, depending on where you are, you can actually get some great views of the popular Mount Fuji. So come go on a limb with me and we'll check out Hakone together. Folks, before we start, kindly hit the subscribe button and the notified button for new contents that I upload weekly. Arigatou gozaimasu. So Shinkansen arrived right on time. I mean, this is Japan, everything is on time. And along the way, we actually got some really nice view of Mount Fuji, as it was a really nice day. I mean, I've seen Mount Fuji many times, but I'm always impressed with it. So we actually arrived at Odawara, which is the station that we had to get off and change train. Here at Odawara, you can actually hop on a local train. This one runs on snail pace, only a few stops away, to Hakone. And when you first arrive at Hakone, you feel that this is definitely a small town, provincial, and people actually come here just for the onsen. I mean, it's definitely an onsen town. In fact, the first thing I would suggest you to do is to go to the information booth and get yourself a guide or a map that shows you where the onsens are. And actually, a lot of them are actually hotel onsens as well. You can actually, when you get off the station, there's a taxi booth, or if you feel like splurging, you can actually take the limo. But buses are definitely the way to go. There are different buses going on different routes, driving you to different onsens along the way. So for example, bus number 4 would be the bus that would take us to our onsen. Unfortunately, we just missed it and there was an hour wait, so we ended up taking the taxi to Ten-zan Onsen. Hey guys, so I actually took a cab because the bus would take like an hour to get here. So I'm not at Ten-zan Onsen, which is one of the more popular onsens here. By the way, there are actually a lot of onsens here. You can actually go to any of them. You can also actually spend a night or two here. So I'm really excited. We're going to go to Ten-zan Onsen. Let me just show you. Probably cameras not allowed inside, so I'm just going to rely on some internet pictures for you. But I'm going to tell you what my experience is like after the whole onsen treatment. So vending machines are definitely your friend here in Japan. When you first arrive, before you enter, you have to buy your ticket at the vending machine. And again, there's a note here that says limit the number of visitors to 6 people. A group cannot be more than 6. If you have more than 6, just pretend you don't know each other. The ticket can be bought easily at the vending machine. There's actually English instruction. And once you have done that, you can actually enter and hand your ticket to the counter. So once you're inside, you see a shoes locker on your right. That's where you actually take off your shoes and store your shoes before you approach the counter, where they'll give you the locker keys. And here you rent a towel as well. So that's a really beautiful and serene courtyard. Unfortunately, cameras not allowed inside the onsen, so a few photos from the internet will do. And there's a resting place for guests after onsen, before you head to the restaurant. So there's a restaurant on site serving quality and tasty Japanese meal, and the ambience is actually really cute. I mean, it's tatami style, and the food, a lot of people actually opt for the shabu shabu, which makes sense because it's actually a cold day, and after a relaxing bath, shabu shabu is actually the perfect meal, I would say. Here, the shabu shabu, it comes with a plate of vegetable. You can actually pick your protein. I went with the Kurobuta pork, which is the black pork, because the black pig here is amazing. You add your own hot water to the broth to increase the flavor, and of course, As Japanese sit elegantly to dine, I, on the other hand, opted to sit like a Korean senior because this is actually the most comfortable way to eat, if you ask me, and the food was amazing. Hey guys, so this was quite the experience at Ten-zan Onsen. So Ten-zan means mountain, sky mountain. My god, I'm so relaxed, can't even think straight. But this is actually quite the experience. Obviously, you can't really talk when you're in there. In fact, you know, they don't encourage group of more than 6 people coming here. So if you have a group of more than 6 people, you just have to pretend that you don't know each other. But inside, you're not supposed to talk. They're supposed to be really zen. Unfortunately, where the men's area was, there was a group of guys, 5 guys, from a really populous country that tends to be super loud. So yeah, it kind of disturbed the ambience a little bit, but regardless, it's still beautiful inside. There's about 6 natural pools with a sauna, a steam room. So it's super relaxing. So I really recommend Ten-zan when you're here. So on the way back to town, we opted to walk. It was actually a comfortable 25 minutes walk. So I would suggest people to do this if you want to burn off the lunch, burn off the calories from the lunch, that is. It's a great walk, and along the way you'll actually pass, as you get into town, you actually pass restaurants as well. So if you decide to want to eat more after that walk, you certainly have the option to do that before you head back to the train station. So at Hakone train station, you have the option to take 2 kinds of train back to Odawara. This one is actually called the Romance Car. It's a really funny name, but just a few stops away will put you back to Odawara, where you can actually take the Shinkansen back to Tokyo in a heartbeat.